What the first?
Oh my god.
Okay, hey guys, welcome to the first official podcast.
Oh snap!
Oh man!
What the first? If you missed our first episode, episode 0, where we introduce ourselves, I'm Sophia. I'm the treasurer of F1rst Gen Mason, and I'll popcorn it to Starr.
Hi, I'm Starr, and I'm vice president.
Hi, and I'm Vivian. I'm the president of F1rst Gen Mason. I realized Starr didn't popcorn it to me, but it's fine.
There's nobody else left. Yeah.
So, last episode we revealed our theme, which is our declassified college survival guide in honor of next year's school survival guide. And basically, today we're going to be talking about classes, how to pick the right ones, deciding the best schedule for you, and how to get the right professors. So, but before we deep dive into classes, I have a question for you. Would you rather have the worst professor of all time once, or have just okay professors forever?
Oh wow. This is a Sophie's choice.
So if I had the worst professor of all time, would I have like really great professors for like the rest of like the semester?
I guess.
I don't know. You could have the worst professor of all time and then have just okay professors forever.
Wait, that's terrible. I would just have the just okay professor forever.
Would you want to risk it?
Yeah, why would I don't know, but I've had like really bad professors, but like I learned a lot from them, which is terrible, but it's like learning how to adjust to bad professors.
True. Learning how to teach yourself.
Yeah, that's really true, bro.
What about you guys?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've just been having just okay professors, so I feel like I'm cool with just that forever. But also, like, that would kind of make school boring, so I don't know. At least if you have a bad professor, you have a story to tell.
That is very true.
You have, like, a good horror story to share.
Yeah, and it would happen just one time.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like just okay, though. Yeah, probably that.
I think I would probably want the worst professor so I can learn something.
Yeah.
Because, like, what Starr said, having just okay professors would get kind of boring, I think.
Yeah.
They're
Very
probably,
mundane.
yeah, they would probably all end up being the worst professor.
True. And you just switch majors, but they're still just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
So for our first episode, Vivian, did you want to explain what we're doing?
Oh yeah. All right. So we put together a list of questions about everything related to college classes, and we like put them into a big list, and we like numbered them. So now we're gonna use a fancy Google number generator to pick out the questions and discuss them, because we can't pick them out of a hat because we're still in quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Sadly. So who wants to generate a number first? I mean, I'll be generating because I have the number generator. But I guess who wants to answer it?
Who wants to generate? But also, I will be generating.
Yeah, I didn't think that through.
All right, I nominate Starr.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
I
Starr,
didn't get to pick.
you get it. Question number 3.
Oh wow.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important are your advisors when it comes to picking classes?
Wow. I feel like I'm on Miss Universe and they're asking me the question. I have to answer in 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30-second timer starts now.
Yeah. Jeez. I don't know. Low key, my advisor is not the greatest. So I feel like I give it like a 3. Because I think I already have like I already made my 4-year plan of like each classes that I have to take, um, and like which Mason course that I want to take. So I kind of already did my advisor's job. So I think I don't be talking to her. So I say like a 3. Yeah. And usually when I visit her, she be trying to kick me out the office. So I just be,
Dang.
yeah. So what about you guys?
I think in theory, advisors should be like from an 8 to a 10 when it comes to picking classes. In theory,
In theory.
because they're supposed to help you figure out like what classes will match your 4-year plan. But the advisor that I have is also probably like a 4 or a 5.
Okay, better than the 3.
You right?
Because she kind of just lets us, like, she makes us do the work and then she kind of checks things off, and she doesn't really let you ask questions. So I don't know, I guess like advisors do better for your students.
I think for me, advisors were really helpful when it came to like switching my major, but that's obviously a whole different other topic. But when it comes to picking classes, let me tell you, they are useless. I had such a horror story. It was basically I was picking my classes for the spring semester, or no, the fall semester of this coming year. And I had this whole plan like planned out, and I had checked it over with my advisor and they had thumbs upped it. And then when it came to like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, one of my classes professors emailed me and was like, "You can't take my class. You are not a senior." And I was like, "No, but I'm a senior." And she was like, "No, you're a senior, but you're not in your last semester, and you can only take this class in your last semester." And I was like, So then I emailed my academic advisor and they're like, "Well," and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And so I had to do the research and figure out what classes I had to do. So
Wow.
Bruh, her one job, bruh.
right. So I put it at like a 2.
Wow.
Dang. Lower than Starr.
I was being generous.
So what would you recommend for like as a resource for picking classes instead of your advisor?
I know for me personally, if like I know my major, I follow the 4-year plan that they kind of give out to you. I can't remember what it's called or like where you find it. I think it might be in career services. But if you like go on Google or on the JMU website and you write out like the major and then you write 4-year plan, they have different ones from different academic years. And
Yeah.
I follow that.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I think, at least for IT, because I'm an IT major, you go to like the school. So at George Mason, it's Volcano Engineering.
Oh.
And you go to that specific department, and then they'll have like the 4-year plan there.
Oh yeah, cool. I think I just Google English GMU and I just look at the classes I'm supposed to take and I put them in the like I have like a spreadsheet for each year and semester, so I just put them where I think I should be taking them. And the advisor gives a thumbs up, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All
So,
right.
moral of the story, advisors are not that helpful when you want to pick classes.
Wow. To any advisors out there.
Do better.
So the next question.
All right, Star, who are you gonna popcorn it to?
I would do
Wait, what?
Who?
Sophia. I said that.
Okay.
Uh,
Generating.
yeah, I was generating in my head the name.
Oh, this is a good one. Are morning classes or evening classes better?
Oof. Easy question.
Yeah, I think morning classes are a lot better.
Are
for
we talking
me.
about like morning as in like those 8 a.m. classes or those like 10 a.m. classes?
I guess any morning.
That's true.
But let's answer for 8 a.m. classes.
Mm. So really early or really late?
Or
Yeah.
those 7 to 10 classes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I cannot do those. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of person you are. Like, are you a morning? What's the phrase?
Morning person?
Morning person?
An early bird.
Early bird.
An early bird. Yeah, that.
Or
Are you
night
an early
owl.
bird or a night owl? And I'm a night owl, but I like taking my classes in the morning because then I can have free time and do the actual work at night, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about Vivian? What do you think?
I personally, I like early morning classes. Well, not early morning, but if I must, those 8 a.m.s do not sound too bad for me. The only thing that I have trouble with is because I commute, that morning traffic is just not a fun thing. But kind of like Sophia, I do work a lot better in the afternoon or evening, but I'd rather use that as like my study time or like doing things that I'm passionate about and then like getting the classes over with.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible, but also like I also have to consider I also work right by Mason too. So like I kind of like having like taking classes either really early in the morning or like really late at night to have like a big gap so where I can work. But usually I work in the evenings, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Star.
I said this was an easy question, but you guys both went the opposite of what I was thinking. I love these evening classes.
Girl, no.
It's also because I lived on campus, so I would like, it was no problem for me to go to class because I was at class. But I think, like you guys said, I work better at night. So I prefer to do classes at night because then I'm less likely to sleep during class. Like freshman year was awful because I would have a 9 a.m. class and I'd literally show up to class and sleep during class and then go back to my room.
And sleep.
Yes. Like I learned nothing. I went to class and to sleep.
Yeah.
So, and also when I took a lot of evening classes, I got better sleep because I didn't have to wake up early. I just went to class late and I did my homework and stayed up and then was still able to get 8 hours. So,
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah. But again, I also live on campus, so that was a whole different thing. So, yeah, I prefer evening personally, but I can see why people pick morning.
Yeah, those 7 to 10 classes, I like get home at like 11.
Bruh.
I live like 40 minutes away. So bad. And then I'm too tired to do homework.
I know. I feel that. Like, as soon as I get home, I'll shower and then I'll sit down and I'll look on social media when I know I'm not supposed to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get work done. And then I'm up till like 1 a.m. and then I have to wake up at like 8 to like get back on campus.
Yeah. It's rough out here.
I don't know. Yeah.
So, Vivian, it's your turn.
All right, let's generate the question.
Sorry.
I was gonna say we should add a generating sound effect, but I guess that's what it was.
Look, that's just gonna be the generator's noise.
That's my dog, everyone.
Just add the dog barking before every generation.
So Vivian, you got number 6.
Oh,
Is
difference between in-person versus online classes. Oh, I realized you're supposed to read that. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so there's like technically 3 kinds of classes. So there's in-person classes where you go every week, whether it be one time or twice a week, but like it like also depends on how many hours it is per class. If it's twice a week, it's only an hour and like 15 minutes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's an hour and something. And then if you have it once a week, it's 3 hours or like 2 hours and 45. 2 hours and something. And then you have online classes, which are all online. Those are usually you don't have to actually meet like on the web, like how we've been doing this past semester. But it's more like you're doing work on your own, which can be kind of difficult for some people, including myself, because you get sidetracked a lot and you just kind of, yeah. And then there's also hybrid classes, which I think are a lot more frequent this semester, which are basically you meet in person every other week. So you do like in-person class, and then the next week you do online things, which could be like either an actual class, or it could be doing like your own work or getting homework done.
yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything else you guys wanted to add. I feel like I might have missed something.
What do you guys prefer? Well, I mean, we can't really choose this semester, but like, what do you guys think like you like better?
I love in-person classes because I just can't focus in an online class. But then again,
Yeah.
like online classes, you can work on your own time and you can pace yourself.
Yeah.
True.
I
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like in person, like, there's kind of a pressure to pay attention because the teacher is looking at you. And while online, it's like, well, my camera's not on. I could be on my phone, or I could be playing a game on my computer at the same time. But so yeah, I would say in person is probably better. But sometimes I think online is like easier because then you don't feel like it's a waste of time because you're doing everything. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's easier to do it online than in person.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. The only reason I hate online classes, but this is more on the financial part, but it's like they charge you that $100 of online learning, and I'm like, I'm over this. And this past semester, I actually got to do a hybrid class, which is like my favorite thing right now. And like, I would go every other week, which kind of got a little confusing. But besides that, like, we would go in for class. She would do her 3-hour long lecture. We would leave, and we wouldn't see each other for another 2 weeks. But then within that week, like, we did our own research, we did the homework, and like we actually like did our own like learning, I guess, which I thought was really cool because it was like you got that aspect of in-person class and you had that relationship with the professor, but then at the same time, like, you didn't waste your time and you didn't get charged for that online fee.
So it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and I wish they like offered it more because it was the first time out of my like six semesters. Yeah, 6 semesters of taking classes at Mason.
I wish they did offer more of those.
Yeah, maybe they will now because now they will take it seriously as an option.
Yeah, stop wasting our time, Mason.
For real, some of these lectures aren't necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
So back to Starr.
Oh man. The dog bark.
You got number 4. What's been your worst experience in a class? Ooh.
Oh man. Where do
Try
I
not to
start?
expose anyone.
No kidding. I don't even know. I feel like I've been numb to bad experiences in class. But I don't know. It's like I had this one class, and well, I'm an English major, so obviously I'd be writing a lot of papers. But for this one class, I was writing a paper literally every week, and it was insane. I was going crazy. And like this was during like last semester. And so like I had my all my like I was organizing stuff like on campus when I was living on campus, but then I came back home and only had half my stuff, and I was
Oh
no.
my god.
so I wasn't even as organized, and I had left my calendar back at the thing, like as an idiot. But like, anyway, my calendar had all the assignment due dates and everything, and so I was like literally every week I would be like, oh dang, I had a project due yesterday. I did not remember at all. And so I literally would stay up. Like his like his rule was that it was due on Sunday night at midnight. But he was like, he's this old man, so he was like, oh, if you get it in before my Sunday morning coffee at 10 a.m., it'll still be counted as on time.
Oh,
So I'm
That's
his
literally
Sunday
amazing.
writing
morning
this
call.
paper before his morning coffee. It was a mess. I think I literally wrote 20 essays that semester. It was insane.
Jeez. How long was each essay?
It was like sometimes it was 3, sometimes it was 6, sometimes it was 5. It just depended.
Pages?
Yeah. And one time it was 10. I was like, bruh.
I can't do that.
Nah.
But luckily it's over.
For now.
Yeah,
What did
man,
you end up?
I took the pass fail on that class.
Oh.
I was done with that. But that would be my worst experience.
I think mine. I can't really remember any like specific experience that I had though that I would deem my worst. But a lot of the labs that I have for IT, like I think they're teacher assistants or something. No, they're GTA, so they're graduate teaching assistants, yeah. And a lot of them just did not really like explain what you were supposed to do in a lab. Like they were just like, here are the instructions. Let's do next class.
Bruh.
So a lot of us are kind of just on our own and like having to help each other, but it's hard because there's a lot of plagiarism rules, especially in like engineering. So you have to like be careful when you were working with people. Not that I cheated, you know.
Yeah,
We didn't
not
collaborate
I
on
love how you
anything.
Put a disclaimer.
We didn't collaborate on anything. We were just asking for clarification, you know, on our assignments.
Mm-hmm. That's what I told my high school teacher too. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's like 2 really memorable ones for me. The first one was my freshman year. I was a mere first semester freshman taking chemistry. And I was so excited because I was like, I'm going to do pharmacy. This is going to be great. And then I took the class and practically failed it because the professor was just terrible. I did not understand anything. And like, I worked my butt off this class studying, and I would come back with these finals and like exams with like a 50%. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. But also, like, it was like the best and worst class that I could have taken, because it was bad because like my GPA fell, but it was also really good for me because that's when I knew I couldn't do pharmacy. So I found my way. And then the second experience was, I think it was I want to say my sophomore year. I think my first or second semester of sophomore year, or like fall or spring. I can't remember which one, but I had just switched into my major that I'm in right now, which is health informatics. And I was taking this class with this one professor, and I will not say his name because I do not want to get sued or anything.
Expose him.
But I had to take his class, and he wasn't even the one supposed to be teaching it. He kind of filled in for this other professor. And so I had an A the entire semester. And then I don't know what happened, and I did not learn a single thing from this man. And one day I just ended up with a C as like my final grade. And I email him and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir, is there any way," like in a really nice tone, but I was like, "Is there any way you could bump up my grade a little? Like I did all the assignments, I paid attention in class, I was there every week." And he was like, "I'll see what I can do." My final grade was a C. And I had him this past semester. So that's kind of like coming from, like, if I wish I could have like one worse, like really bad professor, then like, and then you like learn from them. And then I ended up taking him this past semester. I ended up with an A- in his class, and I was like, "Oh, we're good."
Wow.
And then I have another class with him this semester, which I am not excited about.
Bruh.
Bye. I don't know why he's teaching so many classes, but this professor cannot teach.
Bro, this dude is the final boss. He keeps coming back.
This is the last class I have to take with him, so we are rooting.
That sucks though when you like try like really hard and then like you still get like a bad grade. But like,
Yeah.
I hate that.
But I think he likes me, so we're okay.
For now.
Yeah.
So is it my turn? I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
9. What is finals like? Oh gosh.
What a triggering statement.
Ooh.
Got some flashbacks.
Let's just take a moment of silence
Wow, like
for all of the tears.
the late nights.
Yeah. But honestly, like, I feel like midterms are a lot worse for some reason. Finals is like, you're not, how do I put this into words? It's like, yes, you're dreading them, but you also know that that's the last ever like exam you're going to take for that class.
That's true.
So there's a lot of mixed feelings for me personally, because it's the heaviest graded usually, but it's also the last one, and you have you're like, I guess you can have a little more time to mentally prepare for it. I don't know. Usually I hunker down and I stay in my dorm and just eat and study.
Yeah, I get that though. Like, I think finals are better than midterms. Cause like midterms is like, okay, I'm done with midterms, but I still have class next week. Like, it
Yeah.
sucks. And like, you still have another test after it. It's like it never ends. So yeah, at least finals you get like at least like a couple days to prepare. Yeah.
I remember with my 3-hour classes, we would take the final, or we would take the midterm, and then they'd be like, "Okay, we still have an hour, let's teach." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh my gosh. Those are the days I needed to like get myself a venti iced coffee from Starbucks.
I just left. I would be like, bye.
Are your professors like different, like compared to midterms? Like I noticed that my professors take finals a little more seriously. Like my midterms aren't, for some reason my midterms were never like, this is your midterm. It was always like one big assignment and everyone just assumed that that was a midterm.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. My finals and midterms for my major are grade boosters. So they're all like either multiple choice or like open note like exams.
What?
But then you had like these really big projects that like took up like 20% of your grade, and I'm like, oh, okay. Really in reality, I don't know. I think maybe it's just for my major, but like these exams were nothing to us. We were like, oh, okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like usually for like as an English major, English like finals is pretty like I don't know. I don't think it's as stressful as most people because like you have to write an essay and so you get time to prepare that and so it's not like you have to study for like every subject that you did for that semester or like prepare for like this big test. But sometimes like the essays are like very detailed and kind of like you have to stretch out the page length or whatever. So I don't know. Like finals are kind of chill. It's also like and midterms. I feel like that's why I think midterms are worse because usually for midterms we'd have to like they give us a quiz on whatever literature we had or something like that, and it's like you really have to prepare. I feel like I prepared more for midterms than I did for finals.
Yeah. I feel like for finals, professors are as much done as you are.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel that.
They don't waste any time.
I'm done. Goodbye.
The GTAs will be grading your exams, so talk to them if you have any questions.
I wish we had TAs in English. It's just a professor.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised that they don't, but I mean, I guess they would be teaching like English 100 or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Who is next? Vivian?
I think so.
Number 2. What is Rate My Professor?
All right, look, this is a Bible. But also
Holy
like
Grail.
yeah, because like also you follow it, but then you kind of pick and choose on what you want to believe in, which is honestly like I don't think that's how the Bible works, but like for me that's kind of like you kind of pick and choose. But I should just take that out. Anyways, the Rating Professor is a Bible. Such a bad analogy.
Rate My Professor is a Bible.
But also, you can pick and choose. I mean, it makes sense to me.
But anyways, wait, Rate My Professor is a website where you can look up these professors when you're choosing your classes. So, per se, if you are planning your semester for next semester and you see a professor that you don't know very well, you can look them up, and you can look them up on any college or like any professor from any college. So you can look them up from Mason, and there's a bunch of students that like basically rate the professor, and it kind of gives you an idea of how the class will be. And it can definitely be like a hit or miss because some professors I know that had like really low rankings that I had to pick anyways, but they ended up being a really good professor. Or vice versa, honestly. And then there's like one professor that people loved, and I took the class. This is for like bio, I think. And this man was tragic. I barely passed that class.
Ooh.
Like, it was supposed to be an easy class, and I ended up with, like, I think I had to try really hard for this B+. I was like, oh my gosh. So it's a very big hit or miss. I don't know. What about you guys? How are your experiences with Rate My Professor?
I think for the most part, it's led me in a good path. Like I haven't had terrible professors, and usually if I do, it's only because I had to pick them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what you said was right. Like sometimes people be commenting and they're like, they just say stuff and it's like, well, okay, I guess I don't know if I really believe that. And sometimes they'd be like, oh, he's the best like professor. He helped me a lot. He made me change my major and all this stuff. Like, okay,
Wow.
yeah, like I don't know if this man really did this by himself, but okay. But yeah, I think it's like way helpful than not having anything. Like, but because someone told me before, like usually people only rate if it's like really good or really bad. So, depending on that experience, it might not be as truthful as it is on the website. But I think it's like really helpful.
Yeah. It's a hit or miss for me too. But sometimes like I'll read reviews, and so I pick the teacher because I see that there's good reviews for them. But I don't realize that it's for a different class.
Oh,
So when I get
hate
into
when
the
that
class,
happens.
it's like not as good as I was expecting. So I go back to rate my professor, and I'm like, is this the right teacher? But it was a different class, so
That is so true. Cause like for English, especially like, people take those classes like Mason core classes for English. So obviously people don't really like in those classes don't really like English, or they like, it's just something a class they had to take, so they don't take it seriously or they don't care about it. And like compared to the major classes where people it's like a different setting entirely because people chose that major. So like yeah, it kind of sucks when you pick it like to see the reviews for different classes and it's like, oh, okay, it's only because this class and this.
yeah.
Wow, I've never thought of it that way. That's actually, you're right.
So we
But
have two
Rate My
more
Professor is
questions.
like a Bible. Why do I keep saying that?
Like I'm so weak. Is it my turn?
Let's read
I
them
think
out
so.
loud. Okay. So it's between 1 and 7.
Lucky number 7.
How do you plan your schedule? Parentheses, availability of classes, when you can commute, your job, etc.
I feel like the first thing I do is like I usually just pick classes that like whatever classes that I plan to take, I just pick whatever section. Or well, I picked them. I picked a class. I picked a class, and I go and I in Patriot scheduler, and they give you like a ton of schedules. So then I look through them and see like which timing is the best. Like usually I try to have like 2 days off, like Friday and one other day, like if I'm lucky. Cause I want to work like the days I have off, or I want to like, or sometimes I do it like I want classes in the morning so I can work in the evening or stuff like that. And yeah, and sometimes I don't like a morning class. Like I'm not gonna take an 8 a.m. class. I would never do that to myself. I would not put myself in torture like that. So I think it's mainly just my preference is like evening classes or afternoon classes, and try to have like a day off. Just having classes every day is like exhausting.
Yeah. Patriot scheduler is a blessing.
Honestly, I hate that they don't tell you that in orientation.
They don't want you to know.
I remember when all of us and stuff were like figuring it out, and some of us discovered it, and we were like, "What?"
Yes. Like you literally like pick your classes and then go to like the schedule of the class of the classes that you already registered for.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a blessing.
I'm pretty much the same when I plan my schedule. Like I figure out, well, I don't really pick my classes first, actually. I figure out like when I want to be free and how early or how late I want my classes to be, and then I figure out like what classes would fit that for the semester.
Ooh, you do the opposite. Okay.
I think for me, I'm trying to think. I think I also pick my classes first, or like I like pick the classes that I want, and then I do the create schedule, and then from there I narrow it down to, because on Patriot Scheduler there's like an option where you can narrow down which professors you want or which professors are available, and then I go on Rate My Professor. I look them all up, pick which one's the best, and then I like see my schedule, and then that's how I basically prioritize, I think, my classes like a lot, and then I base everything else around it. But usually I do prefer morning classes, or at least like early afternoon classes, because then in the evening I have work, or I have like F1rst Gen Mason events, or like in general, like there are a lot of events that happen in the evening that I don't want to miss out because FOMO.
Yeah.
Those Thursday nights are busy.
I know.
I'm telling you.
I had a Thursday night, 7 to 10, like fall semester, and it was like every day, like missing something, like bruh. Every week is like missing something.
Like corner pocket events.
Yeah, it's free stuff. I'm trying to get a t-shirt, I can't. Yeah, and also don't take Friday classes. Only if you, I mean, you can, but like, don't.
It's the worst. Avoid them if you can.
Yeah. I remember going into college and I was like, I can take a Friday class. It's fine. And I hated it because everyone else was off on Fridays. And I had to like get myself up, go to class, do homework for it.
Dude, I remember I thought I could take a 7:30 a.m. class because I woke up like that in high school. I'm so glad I didn't though, but I was really confident that I could.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
I don't
ended
know
up being
why
like a
that
9.
happens.
Yeah, like it's so weird. Like I used to wake up at 5:50 in the morning to go to high school, and now I can't get up for a 9 a.m. class. Crazy.
I always think about that. Like we were so disciplined in high school.
Yeah, I used to before I think in FCPS they used to start school at 7:20 for high schoolers. So my butt would be up in the morning around like 5:30, 5:50ish just to get ready. And then they changed it to I think classes started at 8:20, and like I could not get up. And then like when college started, I just can't. And like on top of that, I used to be able to like function with like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I think like starting sophomore year, I could not actually handle myself unless I had 8 hours of sleep max.
Yeah.
Like minimum. I was just like, oh my god, who are you?
Like I used to pull all-nighters for AP English and be fine for like practice in the afternoon. I don't know how I did it.
That was that high school energy.
I'm telling you, it was something else.
You take 1 3-hour class and you're out for the rest of the day.
God.
Bro, that is so true. Oh my god, I remember I have to like, freshman year I would take 2 classes in the morning and then 1 in like the evening. And like if I didn't nap between those classes, I was done in the evening. I would be asleep in the evening. It was crazy. Man, where does the energy go?
I know.
I'm telling you, I have no idea.
It went somewhere because energy can't just disappear like that.
Big brains.
These old bones. You can't get up.
Oh, there's actually 2 more. Sorry, it was 3 last time. But it's 1 and 8. Oh wait, it's my turn, right?
I think so.
I thought we were supposed to be generating, Sophia. What happened to that?
It's just 2. It's just 2 numbers now. Want me to flip a coin?
I still want to generate. That was the plan.
Fine. Okay, 1 and 8. I got 9. 1.
Wait.
Okay.
Wow, 9 was closest to 8, but okay.
But it wasn't 8, was it?
It was
Fair
1.
enough.
So when you guys are picking classes, what are the first things you look for? Professor, time/days, length, the content. I guess we kind of already answered that. I think for me, I always look at the professor. Well, I guess content first, so you know, like if you follow your 4-year plan, then you know what classes to take that semester. And then you look for the professor, at least for me. And everything
Yeah, I feel
else
like I do the same thing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like context and then professor and then length. Honestly, I don't care at this point. Like, I've gotten so used to 3-hour classes and then time and day.
Yeah. And sometimes if you have like multiple sections and they're different like I still just go with the professor who's best. It's like like for English, I've been wanting to take like this African American like literature, but the professor who teaches it has such terrible reviews, and I'm like, bruh, I can't do this.
Oh no.
Like the risk is not worth the reward.
You're right.
We're on our last question. Woohoo! Number 8. Does anyone want to do the honors of reading?
Vivian.
All right, great. Any advice on how to manage work and classes? Either or. Anyone can take the stage.
Oh, you're the best one to answer. Like, I feel like you're the most dedicated at work.
Dang, you right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard because honestly, I struggled so much with that my freshman and sophomore year because I work in a really fast-paced environment at like a pharmacy. So I think one of my biggest things is just making like standing your ground, especially with like your managers or whoever you're working with, and making sure that they don't forget you're a student. So like honestly, I love working on campus a lot more because it's a lot more manageable and like you're actually treated as if you're a student, but like you're working as a student. So honestly, those on-campus jobs are really a win-win situation because you get to be on campus and you get to like do different things on campus, but you're still like on campus. So then after work, you can go to see friends and stuff. But if you're working off campus, it's perfectly okay. I think something really important is just kind of managing like transportation because that could be something really difficult, especially if you're like going during rush hour or like I don't know. But I guess just being able to balance the two and like making sure that your classes always come first because as like a student, you're a student first always, no matter where you are or like where you're at or like who cares if your work is really busy or Like, your classes will always come first, your assignments will always come first. Like, you're paying for college. Make sure it, like, matters. But yeah, that was something really hard that I had to, like, I had to, like, find out. But now we're okay. And you can do it. You really can.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. What if you guys also had any advice?
I think I just want to put emphasis on standing your ground and making sure they don't abuse your time since you are a student. And the one work experience I've had, my managers just kept forgetting that I was a student and I was overworked, and I fell behind in classes because of that. So that's something that you really have to figure out how to balance when you do want to work and also be a student.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I completely agree with Vivian when she said, like, on-campus jobs are better, because, like, I had an off-campus job my freshman year, and, like, Sophia, I was, like, overworked. Like, I was working, like, 36 hours, and then, like, had to do, like, papers when I came home, and I literally would just pass out in my dorm and, like, completely forget to do assignments. And I also had to take the bus to, like, the place, and yeah, it was like a mess. I would, like, leave an hour early just to get on the bus and then go, like, sit at, there's a Dunkin' Donuts near it, so I would literally sit in Dunkin' Donuts and wait to walk over. Yeah, and then sophomore year I had an on-campus job, and it was literally in the dorm that I was living in. I would go downstairs. I'd go, like, either wake up from a nap and then go downstairs and then work, or then go off work and then go to sleep. It was nice. So yeah, all campus jobs are totally better.
It's because they understand that you're a student. They're a lot more I forgot the word again.
Lenient, I guess.
Yeah. Like, they're willing to compromise things if you have something that comes up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, like, you'll probably work less hours on an on-campus job, but, like, it's better than being overworked, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't
know.
Because being a student is already a job.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What were you saying, Vivian? Sorry, I think I cut you off.
I was actually gonna say, like, on-campus jobs, you make a lot of connections, and then, like, with those connections, you, like, get even better jobs, or, like, you get a promotion or something. You kind of get something out of it, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It sounds really bad, but it isn't. Networking.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, it is.
Like, when we have guests at our events, I'm like, hello.
Scary.
I don't know how to act around you.
Like, welcome, icebreaker. Have we broken the ice yet?
Are we still breaking the ice?
Exactly. Yeah. Ooh, but we did all the questions. Wow.
Our first official episode is finished.
Wow.
We hope you guys liked it.
Same, actually. Like, I hope you liked us rambling and laughing at random times.
Yeah, if you made it this far, like, shout out to you. Like, wow. Also, shout out to Cynthia if you made it this far.
Yes. Pew pew pew.
Pew, pew.
Yeah, this is actually her idea, right? So, shout out to her.
Yeah, Sensei, if you ever want to come and join in our episodes, reach out to us.
Our email is open.
Email.
Also, please text me back.
I'm dead.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh yeah, bye.
See y'all next episode. Maybe.
What the first?
What the first?
What the first?
That is all for today's episode, y'all. If there is anything we missed that you still have questions about, or if you have any suggestions that you would like to see in future episodes, let us know by DMing us on Instagram, which is at FGM_GMU, our Twitter, which again is FGM_GMU, and on Facebook, we're at F1rst Gen Mason with a 1 for the I. Thank you so much for listening. We love you all, and stay tuned for the next episode. What the first?